Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brian Kelly, and I'm reporting to you from my driveway here in Garner, North Carolina. It's an absolutely gorgeous day out here today. When I woke up this morning, I looked outside. I said, "Uh-oh, it looks like it's going to be just like blue skies, just like it is today." And sure enough, it is that way. I think spring is definitely in the air, and I'm pretty happy about that. So, I need to do me a favor. If you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so and make sure you hit the little thumbs up button so every time I make a video, you will be notified right away. So, um, okay, so wanted to talk to you about, I guess, why and how I started the whole top secret wealth plan program. And it kind of goes like this. For a lot, all for a long time, I've been involved in business opportunities, here and there, but I never really had a whole lot of success with it. And so I remember I was off of work one day. It was, I think it was like November. I'm not really sure. It was really cold and wet outside. I had been looking at some opportunity for a while, and it really fit. It met my criteria that I liked, and so I called the guy. And I said, "Man, this is something that's really good. I got my money ready, and I'm ready to sign up." And he kind of hesitated. He said, "Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm not going to be doing that program anymore." I said, "Really?" I said, why not?" So he says he just didn't kind of lost interest. So that kind of punched me in the gut right there, because I'm looking forward to starting something, and all of a sudden, boom, it's not there and gone. And so I said, "Boy, this is crazy." So during that time, I was working like two jobs. I was working at IBM in IT support, and I was working at Home Depot. And my gosh, I was working on my short weeks. I was working. Let's see here. I was working 56 hours, and on my long weeks, I was working 68 hours. So I worked quite a bit, and I was always tired and that sort of thing. So I said, well, I've got to make some money so I can quit this Home Depot job because it's really getting to me. I couldn't get. I mean, I was always tired and it's just a lot going on, and so I was at work one day at IBM, and we have a lot of downtime there. It's either really really busy or really really slow. And that day it was just really slow. I think it was a Saturday, or whatever. And so I started to think to myself. I said, you know what? You know, I have the knowledge. I have the ability. Let's start my own program. So at that moment, I just said, I said the first thing I thought about was a website. I said, well, you know what? I don't really want to build a website because me personally, I would prefer to either listen to an audio or watch a video to explain something. So I said, a perfect means to that would be like YouTube. So if I were to write a really good sales script or what have you, and then record it on YouTube, first of all, it's free, and second of all, depending upon your keywords, you can get really good ranking, and it could potentially go viral or whatever. So at that moment, I began to figure out what I wanted to do here as far as starting a program. And I thought to myself, I was like, well, what is it that you would want to do? Something that would be really easy to do. It doesn't require meetings and things like that. Let me get up. This guy's getting hot out here. Go sit down. It would not require meetings and things like that. I said, well, if I put together a video on YouTube, and I had where people could just sign up and they could use postcards and market the program, I said that might be kind of cool. So for the next I would say the next month or two, it took me a while to do the script because I had to put my mind in the sense of a person. If I'm trying to sell something to someone, how do people think? So I had to put my mind in that. So I had to make sure I used the right words, evoke like curiosity, things like that. So I did, a lot of trial and error, and I finally got it together. So uh, um, I got the script and everything, and I actually recorded it on YouTube. But prior to that, I said I have to get some products because without products, it's not really legal. So I want to make sure it's legal. So my main product was a mailing list, well, some mailing lists from a particular person. And I talked to the guy on the phone. Seemed like a pretty decent guy, and he's like, Brian, my lists are really, really good, yada yada yada, and so I said, okay, I'm gonna make it available to my people, and so a variety of different lists, and so I launched the program, and things are going really, really well. I mean, in 5 months I signed up over 200 people. Things are going fantastic. But, during that time, I started getting some complaints about people were saying the list wasn't that good, and, getting a lot of returns and that sort of thing. And so, long story short, I just couldn't continue the program because, it just didn't feel right. I wasn't able to deliver a good product like I wanted to my affiliates, my customers, what have you. So I said, you know what, I'm going to put this thing on pause, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, go through it, the whole thing, revamp the whole thing, make a new video, get another product or products, and then relaunch it at a later time. And so about I don't know, maybe 2 3 weeks ago, I relaunched it, and so far it's done quite well. I mean, really above what I had expected, and I think that's because I made a new video, and I have a little trading product in there that people can actually use. And in other words, I guess I'm in total control because I don't have to depend on suppliers of mailing lists, things like that. I don't have to do that anymore. And when I have it like that, I can get my product out to people really, really fast. So in other words, when a person were to send out a postcard, and person wants to sign up, I talk to that person, I close the sale, I get that person, have that person send the postcard sender the money. I mean, it's a really, really fast process, guys. I mean, it really is. I don't play around with that. I mean, when people, I can tell you that whenever people send money and want to get involved, I first of all, the money never comes to me. That's the first. That's another thing I was gonna say. I wanted it so, I wasn't like money was coming to my house, and I said, no, I don't want to do that. So I said, let's make it so that people would receive the money from the person who actually signed up directly, directly. So my hands are out of it. I get my little cut of $10, but the rest of it goes to the person who sent the postcard or placed the advertisement. So that was very, very important to me. And that's basically how it all started, man. I mean, and the thing is, when I first started, I didn't have a whole lot of money. What I did was I said, how do I advertise this thing? So I have a Facebook site, right? So what I did was I just put like, how to make $140 over and over again. Actually, let me take it back. Okay, I'm sorry. How to make $100 over and over again. Because when I first started this program, I was only paying out $100. I was getting 50, and I did that for a very short while. I said, you know what? There's a lot of programs out there that offer the same thing. $100. I mean, that's okay, but I said let's make it a little bit better. Okay, so instead of paying $100, I said let's up it. Let's give everyone a raise and go from 100 to 130. So everyone was making $130 per sale. I said, you know what? That's still not good enough. Let's just go ahead and bite the bullet and just go to 140. I said, I'll make 10, everyone else make 140 off of a one time 150 sale. People said, Brian, you're crazy, you're crazy. I said, it is crazy, it is crazy. But you know what? I want to have people who are making money and are satisfied because, down the road, they may want to do something else with me. And so here I am. I'm making $10. Everyone else is making 140, but people don't realize I do promote the program myself, so it evens itself out. So I don't mind, receiving $10. If you're making 140, I don't mind making $10 because you know what? Every sale I'm gonna make something, and then of course I self promote, so it kind of evens the playing field. So that's basically how the whole system worked and everything. And like I said, it's going extremely well right now. I'm very happy. Um, I'm getting sales every day. Not so much as my sales, but I mean people are actually using the system and as a result of that, they are making quite a few sales. I had a guy just called a few minutes ago. He actually I talked to him. What was it? A few days ago, and he decided to go old school. So he wanted to send the money second day priority mail. So I sent him the start the instructions on how to do that. He followed everything like I said to do. So I just received the tracking numbers from him. So what I did was I copied that information. I sent it to the person who sent him the postcard. Um, and I said, man, you got $140 coming. So he was happy about that. And now that I have this guy's tracking number, I went ahead and sent him all of his information, including his PIN number. That way he can start without having to wait for me to come, get the money. Because whenever a person sends a tracking number, that proves that they actually sent the money. Okay, that's very important. I don't think it would be fair for them to have to wait to get their product and start the program if I I don't necessarily have to have the money in my hand. That's what I'm trying to say. In order for you to actually start. So that's how that works. So I get a lot of sales from the postal service. I get Cash App, PayPal. I even get Western Union. That's the great thing about it. But the bottom line is, when I started this thing, it was kind of to help me make some money. But ultimately, it's to help people out there make money. I mean, as we all know, this whole coronavirus thing has really changed the worldwide economy, and things are not what they used to be. And so now, more so than any time in history, I feel people are really looking for ways to make money on the side. They're not necessarily saying, I'm quitting my job. No, nothing like that. But something where they can make an extra $500, $1,000 a month to pay for their, helping their mortgage or their car payment or their daycare or, whatever. I speak to a lot of people who are on fixed incomes. This works really well for them because a lot of those people I find are not really high tech, so they prefer to use postcards. And as a matter of fact, I talked to a guy a few days ago. He signed up. He did, second day priority mail. I'll probably be getting something from him today. Hopefully, I think I did. Yeah, I will because I got the tracking number for that. But he was the old. I mean, I could tell he's an old guy. He's a really old guy. And he would say, "I'm not really into email. I'm more so into postal." I said, "Well, that's totally fine." As a matter of fact, he ordered his postcards. Got him squared away with that. Postcards. He's gonna get his mailing list, so everything is in order. That's another thing too. Whenever you start some a business opportunity, there's some times when everything is not there. You kind of get in and you say, okay, what do I do now? Well, it's not that way with this here. Once you get in, I offer things to you. I offer a postcard. We have a graphic designer, very good um, uh, designer who will actually make a postcard specifically for you. Very colorful, very nice, great prices and everything. So you have the postcard. Then also I have a fantastic place where you can get your names of folks who are looking for opportunities just like this. So my point is, once you sign up, you'll get your PIN number. I'll give you great access to your postcard, your mailing list. Everything is just right there waiting for you. All you have to do is just kind of reach out and grab it, and you can actually start working the program. So that's very important that you got to do. And I don't want you to complicate this thing either. Don't do whatever you do. Do not complicate it. It's real simple, guys. Okay, you'll be given a PIN number. As opposed, you take a postcard, order your postcards. You put your PIN number, which will all automatically be done by the person who's making them for you. You get your mailing list, your names from the mailing list. Put a label on there. Drop it in your mail. Person reads that. They get excited. They watch the 19-minute video. They get excited again. They pick up the phone. They call me. I'm the owner of it. I ask them for the PIN number. They give me your PIN number. And I answer any questions they have. And I say, okay, are you ready to sign up? Oh, I'm ready to sign up. And that's it. And then what I do, I find out who that PIN number belongs to, match it. And then I tell them, well, this person takes Cash App or PayPal or whatever. And then that money is sent directly to you. This has happened like a zillion times, guys. I'm telling you, it's just like really, really simple. And I make things drop dead simple, so that people can understand this. There's no discrepancy at all. And you know, literally all you have to do is just get people to watch that video and make sure your pin number's on it. And that's it. I mean, really, whether you're doing postcards, whether you're doing Craigslist ads, whatever, however you're advertising, all you have to do is get a person to watch that video. Because if they watch that video, a time or two, they're going to get excited. Now, the video, I can tell you, is not really like a lot of bells and whistles. But if a person listens to it, which they more than likely will, they are going to be really impressed with the content of that video because it spells out everything. And so that's just the bottom line, guys. I'll pat myself on the back because I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, considering, and for those people who say, well, I'd like to join, but I don't, once I join, I don't have the money to advertise. You know, I certainly understand that because when I started, I didn't either. I was working like 68 hours a week. Okay. That's a lot of hours. And, but what I did was, when I'm laying in bed or on a break, what I would do is I'd make little ads, free ads, and I put them on Facebook, and people would respond, and I would send them a link, right? I send them a link. Before you know it, I was getting, people were signing up like crazy. I mean, I was killing it. It really was. And people were signing up like crazy, and then it kind of spread all through Facebook. I was getting, I mean, I was like, phew, it was a great situation. Okay, and it is now, and like I said, it took me like 5 months, and I had over 200 people to sign up, which is pretty good, considering, I wasn't, placing ads in major magazines, things like that. I wasn't doing that. I just was simply placing free ads on my Facebook page, and kind of word of mouth. It kind of spread, and that's how it all started. So, my point is, don't think that you can't do this because you don't have any money initially. Okay, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, just get the word out and have people watch that video because the video does a really great job in explaining everything. And then once you make your first $140, then if you want to take a portion of that and put it towards some advertising, maybe buy some postcards or whatever, then yeah, of course you can do that. But don't limit yourself and feel as though you can't do this, because you can. And of course, I'm always available. If you have questions about it, you can always give me a call on my cell phone. I'm pretty much available. I have my business hours, of course, but you can call me, and if I don't answer, just leave me a voicemail. I'll call you back. It's not a problem at all. So that's how that works. Or I'll text you, whatever, however you prefer. So that's how it all started. I'm here to help people make money. That's my number one priority. It gives me great joy when I'm able to call someone or text someone and say, hey, you know what? You got $140 coming. That's reality, guys. That's reality. $140 may not be a lot to some people, but hey, you know what? It can when those payments, believe me, they add up. A friend of mine, one morning he texted me. He was all excited. He said, "Man, Brian, because of the system you're doing here, I was able to make enough money to go and buy myself a brand new laptop. I really need a laptop." And he made a couple of sales, and he was able to buy a laptop. So that made me feel kind of good to know that this is actually helping people. And again, you're not having to do any strenuous work. All you're having to do is get the pin number out there, have people watch the video, and that's it. And I do the rest of it. That's all. I do the rest of it, and then I have those folks send you money directly. I mean, what could be easier than that, right? I mean, that's very, 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 very simple. So, that's how it works. So the website is called TopSecretWealthPlan.com. TopSecretWealthPlan.com. And it's a 19-minute video, and it's very, very informative, and you'll like it, And I'll tell you, if this is the first time you've never heard of this program before, never ever heard of this program before, and you want to get a sponsor, I can sponsor you. I can be your personal sponsor. My personal PIN number is BDK, like Brian, B like Brian, D like David, K like Kelly, like BDK1970. BDK1970. I'll be your sponsor, and I'll help you as best I can. I'm the owner of the program, so I know more about it than anybody. So I can definitely help you. I can be a really good sponsor for you and everything. But if you've heard of this before, and someone's told you about this and sent you on YouTube to take a look at this, and you've known about this before, you've heard before I've talked to you, please make sure you sign up under that person because that's the right thing to do. If they're spending their dollars on postage and things like that, I want to make sure that they get the credit for the sale if they sent you here. So that's extremely important to me. But again, if you don't have a sponsor, never heard it before, I can definitely be your sponsor. My ID again is BDK 1970. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this day. It's a pretty day out here, and we'll see how things go. So anyway, hope you guys continue to have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. TopSecretWealthPlan.com. Make sure you always use your PIN number. That's very important. And I will chat with you guys later. Bye for now.